Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome to Pacific Inlet Logging. Now, for this series, for those of you who are unaware, I am going to be converting some areas of this map into farming area, and probably I'll start off down here somewhere close by. It's not going to be fast-paced and exciting. I'm literally just going to record everything that I do. We're going to chop down some trees and we're going to start converting some farmland. This is kind of a chill-out series, but it's more Farming Simulator. So I'm giving you more Farming Simulator, but I'm doing it very differently to how I do other Farming Simulator stuff. And we're starting off, we have 0 money. We also have, if you look through here, we've got no crops or anything in our barns. We've got no vehicles whatsoever. And we have a loan of 300,000 euros. Now, actually, I think we're supposed to be on dollars for this one, aren't we? Isn't this in the States? I think we might be in the States. So let's go and have a look. So there's no animals on this map. So we don't have that one as an option. And we're going to go for dollars right there. And in which case, we need to switch that one to miles. So that means, you know what? I'm thinking it would probably be better if I don't, because otherwise I'm going to... Alright, we'll do it. It's supposed to be set in the States, this one, so we'll keep it in the States. I'm just going to constantly forget to change it over now, whenever I'm recording one of the other series. Anyway, what's happened is that we had a pile of money, and we were doing well for ourselves, and then we went and played cards one night when we were drunk. It turned out not to be such a good idea, because we lost every penny we own. They were very kind and allowed us to keep the $300,000 loan that we've got. So we've still got that one. That one's there. It's kicking around quite nicely. Now, it does say 573,000 there. I've actually then gone and edited it back down to 0. So we have 0. They were kind enough to allow me to keep the loan. They were also kind enough to allow me to keep this. I have 1 axe. This is all I've got. I have nothing else to my name whatsoever. We're now on -$1. And this is the series. This is what we're going to do. We are going to build ourselves a farm from absolutely nothing. So we're going to start off. This is kind of like my approach to making videos is not quite live streaming. I cut out the very mundane bits. I don't do like a highlights reel type video that some YouTubers do and can press like an hour of gameplay to 15-20 minutes. I go one above that, but not quite live streaming. This is going to be more like live streaming. I'm just going to record everything and you're going to see everything. So I'm just going to talk aimlessly about all sorts of nonsense as I work. So first up, I think what we want to do is, we're close to the river here, so I reckon that we'll start off by cutting these trees down here, because what I was thinking is if you have a look, hang on, let's go back. I have had a little wander around this area, and even though it's sort of got these dark patches, it is possible to, like, we'll be able to farm all sorts of bits on this. It's level enough that we'll be able to get small machinery in there and start creating fields and that, but I think we're going to start off by creating a field right in this area here. If we take this out, we'll get a load of trees out, and we better make some money from that. And then we could, like, make some silage or, mow it down for grass or something with some of the money that we get. So first up, let's go and cut down some of these trees. We'll just cut down the tree right here, and there. So, this is what I don't know. I don't know what this axe is like. Oh, that is sweet. That is absolutely brilliant. It goes right the way through. Okay, that is actually very, very cool. Look at that. Okay, Frithgar is impressed. Frithgar is very impressed with that. I'm not so impressed with the way that this has gone into the water now, so, got to... Where can I sell? I really hope that we can sell in the water, it's just that I'm not necessarily going to be able to get everything out of here, am I? Can I bring it on? I can cut. Is it going to let me cut right through? It's cutting downwards, so I'm assuming it's cutting through something. There it is. Oh! Ooh! We've made some money! I can afford to buy a chainsaw. I'm not going to just yet. I am going to insist on cutting down a couple more trees. So we've literally just got to dump them in the water over there. That's going to make life nice and easy. So a chainsaw would be a good thing to get. If we can go and get a chainsaw, that's going to speed up the whole timber cutting process a little bit. But we've still got to be able to move the logs, and that's a bit that is going to cost. We have no loan available. No matter what we do, we cannot take a loan out. So let me just grab that bit there. And it does go over. There we go. $5. I've never actually had to do this. Like, sort of look seriously at how much different things cost because we've got zero cash at all. Like that one there, that's 22 grand, and you can't really carry a great deal in it, can you? These are all, you know, progressively more expensive. What do we got? So I think it's under miscellaneous, isn't it? Some of these we won't be using. I've basically got just about every add-on active on here. I've removed a couple of the worst offenders for altering the actual, like, sort of code of the game, but most of the mods that I've got available are actually now present on this map. It doesn't mean we're going to be using them. Most of them we won't be using at all. Now, where is the pony? Somebody suggested that they wanted me to use the horse. And yeah, we've got a lot of stuff here. I don't know that I'd actually want to use the horse. I don't think it's in there, is it? Is it under animals? It may be under animals. So look through here. Got lots of stuff in here. There it is. Right, so we've got the pony and the wooden cart. Those are a couple $100. We will have to get these if we're going to get them as well, because somebody wanted to see me using the pony and loading that one up. So maybe that is an option. We could load that up and sort of do, like, get some logs and put through. I don't know. The one issue that we do have here is that I don't know if we can actually, like, clear the timber off very easily. How do you use the axe to trim off the branches? Oh, it does work. Ah. Right, so... Nope, not like that. There. Okay, I've trimmed that one off. And then trim the very tip off like that. And then there's another bit there. I think that one... Yep. Okay, this is actually working. This is actually pretty cool. I am starting to really like this. This axe is very cool. Thank you to anybody that suggested I use it. I know there were a few people that suggested I use this axe. I like the axe. This has Frithgar's seal of approval. Let's drop that down there a minute. We want to... There's another branch on there. Just want to... There, I think I did something there. Let me pick that one up. Yep, I definitely did something. Let's chuck that one in just like that. In he goes, another $179. So we'll go over to this side, and I'm gonna... Actually, I'm gonna try and walk along the branch now, along the trunk here. There. And see if I can just, like, trim off some of these branches, because... There we go. Excellent. This is so cool. This is absolutely... I really, really like this one. I do. I really do like this. Let's take you off there, and... Oops. Steady. Hang on. I want to come around this side. There. And... I have done this a lot in real life. I have spent a lot of time using an axe, trimming branches off of trees and stuff like that. Probably not as much time as some of you have spent, but I have done my fair share of this. And I actually quite like it. I do actually quite like doing timber work when I can. I don't do a lot of it, admittedly. Not like loads and loads. I know some of you like sort of more... You do this on a more professional basis, and that's not something that I've ever done. It's more sort of been for personal timber supply, that kind of thing. So let's just chop down through that one there. There we go. And right, now what? I reckon if I cut one up there, we'll bring that one over there like that. It's getting it lined up. There we go. Getting it lined up isn't the easiest, and I'm not sure that I want to be stood underneath it like that for when I'm cutting it off. Something bad's gonna... I feel like something bad is gonna go down if we do that too much. Have to be very, very careful there. Chop that bit off there. I've got... What else have I got? Actually, we'll cut this one in half. I don't think I'll be able to pick that up anyway, so I'm not even gonna bother trying. I want to split... There. There. I seen the blue. Go on. Whoa. Okay, let's maybe try crouching down a little bit. There was a blue line on... Ah, there we go. Right, I want to cut it right there. Chop that down through there. And... Go on. Finish that one off. There we go. Now we're talking. Right. I will take this one here. And I will lob this one into the lake. And then we'll come back and we get some more. So chuck you in there. That is $154 for that one. And then this one here, I want to just chop off a couple of the branches on there. Let's go and take that one. There we go. That's clean. And I don't know if I should split this in half or if just leaving that fork on there. It's not going to make a huge difference, is it? These types of trees don't generally earn masses of money. So I don't think it's going to make like a big difference to it. There we go. We got another branch right here. This one should earn us a decent bit. I reckon that one's going to get us a nice bit of money. Chuck that in at $425 for that one branch there. That's pretty good. I'd say we can't really complain about that one. Now, next up, we're going to cut through right here, I think. If I can... There we go. We want to cut right down through there. The big branch here, I'm wondering how we could do that. Is there a way that we could, like, hitch it to the pony and drag it? I don't think there is. I don't think the horse can actually drag stuff along. I'm not actually sure I want to go for the horse, to be honest. As always, I'll record all 3 episodes this week before I can get any feedback from anybody. There won't be any votes going on this map, but if you do have suggestions of things you'd like me to try on here, then get into the comments section. Remember that I'll be showing all gameplay that I do on this one. I'm not cutting anything out. This is going to be sort of a simple chill out one. So just keep that in mind with the different suggestions that you make. If there's something that you want to see that you think would actually be quite cool with a bit of detail, or something that may take a little bit longer than stuff we'd normally attempt, by all means suggest it. We'll see what we can do. We'll have a little go with it. I'm thinking to start with, I'd like to clear this area here, and we'll take out these trees around. And I'm probably going to get fed up with cutting these trees down at some point fairly soon, and want to use the wood chipper. This one right here, all of these trees, I think if we can get the Ponzi Scorpion going, that's sort of gonna be the tipping point. Once we can lease a Ponzi Scorpion, we'll be able to start taking down the trees a whole lot faster. These over here, I'm thinking more along the lines of just chop them down and get some kind of wheel loader, anything at all, and lift them up and dump them in the lake. I think that might be our best bet with those. But that's not going to be today. We've got some legwork to do today, so let's get that one there and lob you in. So it goes all the way down. It takes quite a while of falling through the water before it gets down to the bottom. So I've got this huge, great big piece of wood here. I'm going to leave that until I can afford to get a loader of some kind. I'm going to chop this one here, if I can. There we go. Chop that one down through there. I reckon that we can cut these. And if I do this for a couple of trees, we can, like, take out some of the smaller bits. And then, there, like, if I put one down here, bring that one back a bit. Ah, there we go. Got it. Right. So, we've got enough money now that we can easily afford to buy a chainsaw. We will dump these couple of logs that we got left into the lake, and then we will get ourselves a chainsaw. And I'm thinking a pony as well, so that we've got a trailer that we can then put some timber in. Although we've still got to do that by hand, so I'm not really sure how beneficial that's going to be. Oh, I can pick that up. Okay, I am stronger than... Please tell me I don't have the... I'm not sure I should have been able to pick that up. Please tell me that this is too heavy. Good. Right. I thought for a minute I had the creator tools active, and I did not want the creator tools active because that's too much of a cheat. The thing with the pony is that you still got to load it up by hand, so I'm not sure about that. I'm thinking that what I'd actually prefer is something with a wheel loader, or something with a front... Oh, I tell you what, though. There are front loaders here. We've got the Kramer there. We could try that one. We've also got that one. That one's 28,000. You don't have anything that will go with it. It's just the fork. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to tip stuff out with that one. What else we got? We've got some block cutters. We've got New Holland stuff there. We've got these, the Stoll log forks, my absolute favourites of all time. So we've got that one. That's 60 grand. That's a long way off yet. But then these tractors. These tractors aren't cheap. Right? And if we get one of these, this one here, the stayer there can take a front loader. That one cannot, and that one cannot. So the first one that we get to, the cheapest one that we get to is here. And is that one. That's 6,560 to lease that one with a front loader attachment. Wheel setup. We'd have to have the forestry design. We've got to. So 7,300. We have to have the forestry design on that. I'm sorry, I don't care if it's more expensive. It's got to be done. So we also want the Stoll there, and then we want to be able to pick the stuff up. So we're sort of looking at... well, we got the fork with the grapple there, but actually we'd probably want the log fork. Even though I despise and hate those log forks, that's what we're going to need in order to be able to do this. So that's kind of our next step, I think, is to get those. So we'll cut down a couple more of these trees. This one here, I may be able to get the log to fall into the lake. Oh, I know what we were going to do. We've done some axe work now. So let's take this axe here. I'm very pleased with our axe. We've done a load of axe work. I'm very, very pleased with this one. But it's time to sell this one. And we're going to upgrade to a chainsaw. I'm not sure what chainsaw I'm going to get. I'm thinking... Actually, I genuinely don't know what I'm thinking at the moment. Let's go to the garage. We will sell that one. There we go. That one has been sold. We've used it. We've done our thing with it. Now, I normally go for Husqvarna or Still. Previously used Yonsud. I don't like McCulloch at all. I've had McCulloch stuff in the past, and I absolutely didn't like it at all. So for that reason, I've never bought in this game a McCulloch chainsaw, and it's not going to change today either. Still or Husqvarna are my chainsaws of choice. I usually go for a Husqvarna, so that's the one that I'm going to go for that one today as well. I'm going to go with Old Familiar right there. Take you. Right. Oh, okay. So I get a little bit stuck when you go into the shop, but it's not too bad. Let's run back over this side, and then we can get another tree cut down. And if I... There we go, look at this. Look at that bad boy right there. Now we're talking. We cut these trees down in no time, except we're now going to be leaving piles of wood chips everywhere, which are going to be a bit of a nuisance when we come to doing some ploughing. We'll worry about that later. I'm not going to worry about that now. I've got a secret sort of technique, a secret plan for dealing with the wood chips, and some may say that it's not entirely realistic. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, but it's going to happen anyway. That's all I can say. It's going to happen anyway. I'm not going to show you yet, actually. I'm gonna I'll get to it, and I think it's realistic. I mean, yes, I'm not actually getting out of the vehicle to pick the wood chips up, but it's still happening. I'm still picking the wood chips up, and I think that that's the bit that counts. So I'm quite happy that I'm being realistic enough by using this thing that I'm going to be using that I haven't started using yet, that I'm just sort of being mysterious about. And I'm aware that I'm also being mysterious. Right. I need to clean some of these up. Let's move you over there a bit. And let's clean you up. And then we'll dump you in the lake. And what I'm hoping is I'll be able to cut a load of these trees using the tree harvester. And I'll also be able to sort of use the tree harvester. I'll be able to, like, drag them back towards the lake and cut them straight into the lake. Gonna make life a lot easier for us. We'll be able to get through them a lot faster that way. Let's take you off. And I've got another bit up there. There we go. There's a piece over here. Let's take you down as well. Once we've sort of gotten a little bit further and we've got our tractor, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just going to grab the whole trees and sling them in the lake. I'll get bored with having to do this continuously. I have no desire to keep doing this forever, just trimming all of these. But for these first ones, we're definitely going to. Definitely need to do that. So yeah, having thought about it for a little bit, I'm deciding against using the pony. I do like the idea of using the pony on this series, but I'm still not going to do it. So yeah, I do appreciate... I know there was a couple of people that suggested it. I do appreciate the suggestion. I think it was a great idea, but I'm not actually going to do it this time. Right, let's sling you over there. Now, I'm curious. How far, like, towards that? I know that if you got to, like, chuck them off the side there, but where else in the lake does it count as being in the lake? So what I will do now is I'm going to pick that one up. And we're going to come down this way. And we're going to fly, which is something that you can actually do. If you hold something by the end and you start walking forward, and I think you got to run in order to do it, you can actually start flying. Right, if I chuck that one in there, apparently that doesn't work. That appears to be gone. Right, so we're not able to chuck them anywhere in the lake. We do actually have to get them over this end. That's it. At least we found that out now. That's another useful piece of information that we now know. Let's try and untangle these a minute, shall we? I'm not sure if I should. I think I will. I'm gonna try cutting these, just so we've only got one, because it says long straight pieces of timber are worth more than like the crooked bent ones. So I reckon that maybe it is actually worth cutting the forks off of these, because then you've got more straight pieces of timber, haven't you? But it's not entirely straight, is it? But it's got to be better than a kick in the teeth. Right, well, let's get that one there and chuck you in the lake. Chuck you in there. That's $198 for that one. And then we've got this little sort of tail end that we cut off as well. So bring that one over and chuck that one in. And it's another $27. Pretty sure we had like 190 when we last put something like that in. So I reckon that, yes, we have indeed made a slight additional profit by cutting the tail end off. Definitely seems to be worth it. Although, obviously, it's difficult to tell because of the different sizes of timber. We do know for a fact that if you take a whole tree and you chuck that one in without cutting anything off of it, it doesn't get you a great deal of money. That is really not worth taking an entire tree and just chucking it in. I'm surprised I can pick that up. Genuinely surprised by my own strength some days. $577. That's actually pretty cool. I'm quite pleased with that. Now, oh, there it is, there it is. I was wondering where we got one like little lot of branches coming out. There. Right. Clean that one up. So I've got two big logs here now that we're going to want to pick up and put in the lake. We need $8,000 in order to be able to get the tractor with the front loader. So we want to cut down another tree. Take that one, and I'll bring that one in there. And we'll do the same on this one that we've done on the other. So we're definitely going to lease to start with. We'll lease a tractor and a front loader, and that's going to allow us to pick up these bigger logs that we're leaving behind and do something with them. So we've got this one right here. I want to cut off, cut along there like that, and trim that up through there. And then I'm going to bring this one in here, cut that off, and then I'll move up this one so that we've got a nice big log here, and it's going to go up there. Oop, steady. Right. Where am I going to cut this one? I reckon that this one here, if I go cut that one along there, somewhere. There, I cut that one off there. And then I'll cut another one off on the other side of this tree. Oop, yeah, and that bit up there. And then I cut another one on... Oh, I can go that way. Right, okay, yeah, we'll cut that piece off of there. So this is going to be a third great big log that's going to be left behind. And then I'll cut that one there. So that should then leave behind one great big log there, which we can chuck into the lake. We've got, that's 3 of them now that we've got. And then these others, let's just take this one here a minute. So roughly this one should be worth about $150, maybe $180. That's what we've been getting for them. And if I chuck it in with everything on, still $150. Okay. Right, well, what about this one? This one here, this has got to be a $200 worth. It's got to be $250 to $300. It's got to be, isn't it? It's a fair-sized branch, that one. Lob that in, 177. See, you don't get a great deal, but the amount of time we're saving by just picking these up and chucking them in like this is quite considerable. We're not actually sort of messing around now by taking off the smaller branches. And I think we're still making a decent bit of cash out of this. Oops. I'm not going to make any cash if I can't pick the thing up. Let's try picking you up there. Let's try that. Right, we'll bring this one along. Bring you over there, right to the edge of the lake, and not chuck you in. We'll instead get tangled up on something and do that instead, because that was more fun. Chuck you down into there. So it's $227 on that one, and then we've got one more branch over here, which I think I can pick up. Yes, I can. Now, I need to be able to carry this one. So we'll take this one over as well. Ooh. See, this one, I reckon that if we... This is going to get frustrating, isn't it? If we're able to get this one over to the lake, I reckon that this one all trimmed down and broken into separate branches would get us close to $500. Chuck it in there. That's not bad then. Alright, so we're not losing vast sums of money from this, are we? Just by chucking them in like that and not really bothering to trim the branches back. Because this is the bit that we're saving. This bit here, this is the real money maker, I think. And I'll take that little wedge right there. That one I am going to run over here and chuck into the lake. There always seems to leave a little wedge behind. That'll be about $7. Okay, well, I can cope with that. And have I got another one here? I don't think I do. Right, what about over here? Did I have there's the wedge. There's always a wedge that gets left behind, it seems now. I don't know if this is a new thing that's been added into the game, but I have noticed there always seems to be a wedge left behind. So we'll cut down this next tree. And come right down low to the ground, slow as I can, and get down like that. Because we're going to have to come through with a stump grinder and grind all of this up as well. I'm hoping that just the bog standard game stump grinder should do a fairly reasonable job with this. We'll have to wait and see. Now, next up, we trim the branches off of the main trunk. Then we take off that one as close to the main trunk as we can. So that's the first one that can be dumped into the lake. Cut that branch off. Hopefully I can take... Yes, I can. I can pick it up. It's just whether or not I can actually take it and move it before it decides to do something and go a little bit doolally. Like that. It's very good at going doolally, this is. So we grab you. I need to stay back a little bit there and then just chuck it in over there. That should... Yes, perfect. $393. So then we come back over here and again we want to cut off the little bits. And this is the bit that I'm not sure about. Should I cut it before that great kink in the timber there? I can sort of bring it to there and we're still looking at reasonably straight. I genuinely don't know. You see, it's always a job to tell with these where the sort of the optimal positions for cutting them are. I think I've cut this one too much. I think I should have left the trunk on. I should have left a bit more of the trunk on there. I cut that one off, and I'll cut this one off down here and cut that one through there. Take that one out. Once that's done, I might be able to chuck these as 3 branches straight into the lake. So let's pick that one up first. That one's going to be fairly easy to get dumped into there. We'll chuck that one over there. In you go, $152. Then we come back and that... Yep, I can move them. Okay, this is good. As long as I can pick them up and move them, I don't really mind. And bring you over here. This one I got to sort of walk slow-ish. That one will go in. That's going to be like Okay, 290. I thought I was going to get more than that, but 290 is okay. You do get that penalty, remember, for having all the branches on. We've got to we do have to sort of keep that in mind. And that one is another 230. And then I've got another big log there waiting for a tractor. So we're up to 6 grand so far. And what will we were looking at about 7,500, weren't we? Realistically speaking. So we want the stayer, and the reason we want the stayer is because we got the forestry version there. With forestry on there, standard, narrows, wides. Yeah, we'll go standard tires on this. The main color can be red or orange. We're going to stick with the red. The engine, we'll stick with the smaller engine, but we do want the front loader attachments. That's 7,300-ish. And then we want this one here. That is 400. What color can we paint this one? So we could take a red one there. I know that's a little bit extra, but it's not going to be like a huge amount for leasing. Now I know that the fork with the grapple is actually pretty good for picking up logs. That's something that we do need to consider. And then we got that one for $64. So we're looking at actually about 8,000. We're going to want $8,000 to be able to lease those. So we're 2,000 shy of our target. And we'll be able to get our tractor, and we'll be able to move on to, like, the next stage. Now, hopefully this tree here won't roll down the bank into the water, because if it does from this point, we don't get any money for it. That's just going to be the end of that tree. No more. Let's take you down. And back up a little bit. Oh. That's not in a very good position. That's not a very good position at all. I trim the branches off. Trim those off. I trim some of these off up through here. We can do that bit at least. Down through there. You need to just kind of turn it a bit as we go through. There we go. Like that. That'll do nicely. Right. I got one in. I want to take that one off in there. Hopefully it's not going to allow anything to roll off into the lake. It's my biggest concern at the moment, is I don't want it rolling into the lake. We might be alright. We might get away with this. That one there, lift you right up and bring you up over, and I can trot you down this way and chuck you into the water. And we've got our next several $100s. See the money going down? The money's continuously dripping down because we do have our loan to pay for. $600! Just because I trimmed off a few extra branches, the difference in the cash is quite considerable. That is worth keeping in mind. Okay, so let's trim off those. Trim what we can off here as well. I can't trim anymore because I was using my chainsaw underwater, and they're not generally known for working very well underwater. So, but if I do trim those bits off like that, now we come over to this side, like this, and start just kind of floating around here a bit. It's cutting through there. That's fine, as long as it cuts through something. Just chop through that bit. There. Right, now I'll come out of the lake a minute and grab that. When we're back up, I won't bother cutting the rest of the branches off of this one. We'll run over here and we'll chuck that one in. Oop, steady. Don't. Oh, actually, so you've only got to get it close to the... I was chucking it because I was worried that it wasn't going to go all the way into the lake properly. And it appears that you don't need to do that. Don't need to concern ourselves with it. So we want to bring one here. So I actually want to go right through here. Right, that's going to be easier said than done because of where I'm having to be in the lake. I did see it sort of flash blue there momentarily. There. There we go. Right, I'll chop that one through there. Hopefully, the big log is not going to roll down into the water. If it does, I'm going to be slightly annoyed with that because we've worked hard on this one. There we go. Okay. Right, that one stayed there, all right. And can I can grab it. I can grab it. No! No! Oh! Oh, that's all right. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. 525. One more tree. One more tree, which is going to be Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking this one here. It doesn't really matter. It can be both of these. I'm just sort of thinking sort of a little bit in the future where we're going to be able to go with some of these and not going to be so easy to take out once we sort of mechanize this process a little bit more. But this right here, I think, is going to be our last tree that we need to worry about. That's going to get us our $8,000 that we need in order to be able to go for the next stage in our little project. So bring that one over to there. And this way. Let's chop you down through there. And then I think just a couple more. So, like, if I bring that sort of along there and then chop that one off, I'm going to go for a longer one on this one. And then we'll be able to sort of run some comparisons with the different logs that we've cut and see which seems to work out a bit better there. If I can just trim those off there like that. And then cut that one off there. And then I'll go out a little bit longer along a branch and chop it through. We'll go all the way out to here to about that point there. Chop that one off. And we can pick up all the rest of the branches. We can lob them in the water. I'm going to do a bit of tidying up on these because that did seem to pay quite well. Just a quick run along some of these branches actually paid better than I thought it would. I genuinely didn't think that it was going to be like that profitable to chop the branches off. But it did seem to be. So let's bring you over that way. You first. Let's run you out. This is going to be the last lot that we need to do. So we can chuck it from here, from this stump, and we still get paid. 226. So yes. I was thinking that maybe it wasn't worth cutting the branches off. It does appear to actually be worth cutting the branches off. Now that we've done all the rest of them without doing it. That's alright. We live and learn. And take you off up there. And there's a couple more down along here as well. Right. I'll pick that one up first. He says. Dropping it again. Not easy to do this. Pick you up. He doesn't want to pick up. Yeah, see, every time I try to move it, it's flicking backwards at me. Got it. There we go. Nailed it. And I'll bring you over here. I'm going to chuck you down there. And then I'm going to go over this one and just remove these branches very quickly, like this. I'm not going to worry about, like, the extra ones, like the forks or anything. It's just trimming off the leaves. If I can trim off all the leaves, and then the rest of it we'll keep in one go, if we can pick the thing up again. I'm not going to be able to pick this one up now, am I? It's going to decide that it doesn't like it. You don't have to be difficult. There. There we go. Chuck you into there. And $300. The 7,900 we're up to now. Just trim this lot off of here. And 7,009, we should already be at the total that we need. I'm just going to trim that bit there. There was a branch on there. We got two more that we want to put in. I'm just going to... I'm going to lob that over that way a little bit. And then I'll come up here. And there we go. Just cut you off like that. We pick this... Oh, nope. Steady. Steady. There we go. And we'll run down through here and chop. Chop, chuck. Chuck you in at $779. Okay, that was actually pretty impressive. I genuinely didn't think that we'd get that kind of money from this. We bring this one over. This is our last one. So we've easily got our 8 grand target that we wanted today. There's 8,800. So we've now got enough to go and get the tractor, the loader, and the log fork. And it's going to be a proper logging tractor. And then we can start picking these up. And we can start dropping these in the lake as well. I'm hoping that we can just drop them off the side here rather than having to go round over here, carrying them up the ramp. I'm hoping that we can just sort of drop them in by the side of the water there, and we'll still be able to get paid for them. Just going to make our life a little bit simpler. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to find out if we get paid by dropping stuff on top of here or down the bottom. But anyway, that's all we got time for today. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.